Hey guys, welcome to my life. So today I'll be trying that the today makeup is being inspired by Nicki Minaj. So I'll be doing a Nicki Minaj inspired makeup look. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, then continue watching. Okay, I'm going to start with my eye makeup. So after brushing my brows, I'm going to use a brown pencil to line. Thank you for joining. Welcome to my life. How are you guys doing today? So I'm going to fill that in. And what I'm doing is, you want to avoid pressing the pencil too hard. So at the front of the brows, I'm going to make hair-like strokes. And I'm just going to make sure my pencil is really sharp. Now, when you're making hairline strokes, try to make them random. Don't just draw straight line everywhere. Try to make it random. So now go in again with the brush. So when you finish drawing your brows, you want to get your concealer and a flat brush like this to conceal your brows. When you're concealing your brows, you want to make sure that you go slow. So after doing that, whatever is left on the brush, you want to pull that down on the eyelid. At the top of the brows, I'm going to be using my foundation. And for the foundation today, I'll be using the Pro Filter Hydrating Long Wear Foundation from Fenty Beauty. So I'm just using the foundation to conceal the top part of the brow. Okay, after you're done with your brows, you want to use a brush or a sponge to blend that. So the reason why you use your foundation, thank you for the likes, I appreciate it. Reason why you use your foundation at the top of the brow is that when you apply, it's so that it's going to just blend into the foundation. When you apply it, it's not going to be different colors at the top. Like they're not going to be two different shades at the top. That's why it's always good to go in with your foundation to conceal the top of the brows. So after I finish concealing, I'll go ahead now and start doing my eyeshadow. Pepsi, hello, welcome to my life. So for eyeshadow, if you want to get that sharp, clean line over here, go in with a tape. Hello, Pepsi, welcome to my life. Please help me to give a thumbs up. Now you want to take a tape that is not too harsh on the skin. So what I usually do is I'll apply this a little bit at the back of my hand to get rid of a little stickiness. Then I'm going to just place it right here. Like that. So I'm just applying that there. Okay, now to start applying your eyeshadow, you want to make sure that you're using a base. For today, I'm going to be using the Elegant Pro Concealer as my base. You can also use an eyeshadow base. Then when you are using a concealer for your base, make sure that you're using a matte concealer and one that is lighter than your regular concealer. So I'm going in with a brush. You want to tap to blend. Thank you for joining my live. Please tap your screen for me, help me to share the live, and also help me to thumbs up the live. So after you blend that well, then you want to go in now with your eyeshadows. Today I'll be using the Morphe S. James Charles palette. This one. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this and pick up my first shade, which is going to be, I think it's going to be this one. And before you go in, you want to make sure that there are no creases like that. You can see that line. You don't want to go in. Gimla, thank you for joining. You don't want to go on top of it with a eyeshadow like that. So make sure that you blend again before you go on top of it with the eyeshadow. If not, the eyeshadow is going to sit on that and get crease up. Now I'm just going to tap this first since the base is still wet. Now since I'm cutting the crease, I'm going to be like concentrating with my products in this area to try to limit the amount of product that I use. So it's too close. It's itching. Thank you for joining my live. Please help me to share the live and also thumbs up the live. So I'm concentrating on this outer corner with that product. And what you see me doing is I'm tapping to blend that product. I'm not sweeping. Reason being that the base is still wet, so you don't want to go and start dragging it around. That's why I'm just touching to get that product onto the lid. Then I'm going to pick up the second product, the second color. The second shade I'm going to pick will be this one. Then I'm going to darken it up, like smoking it up a little bit with this dark brown in here. Since I'm not going to be using taking the first color, I'm going to use the same brush to apply that dark shade, that dark brown. And I'm going to focus it at this outer corner, then bring that into the crease area. Now I can blend it now like this in a circular motion, because I already have a product that I already have product underneath, so my base is not going to move. Then now with a big fluffy brush, I'll pick that first shade again, just a little bit. Then I'm just going to blend, like in a circular motion, blend it, the top of it like that. And you can see the distance where I'm holding my brush. I don't want too much product in that area. That's why I'm holding my brush like this, and this brush, holding it like that, is going to deposit a very little amount of the product. So when you're satisfied with your plane, you want to go ahead and cut the crease. For cutting the crease, I'm going to be using a white base, if I have it here. Okay. So I'm going to go into this palette, and I'm going to take the white in here. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I always like to use this to mark out my crease line before I start cutting the crease. So I'll just pick the product and make my line. Like, I don't know how this product is. This is my first time of using it. I just hope it does not mess me up. Thank you for joining my live. Please help me to thumbs up the live. Also share so others can join us. No, this product is not giving me. It's not giving. I have to take my white base. So after doing that, I'm going to take a small brush. You can take a bigger brush if you want. I'm going to take this small brush like this. Then I'll pick up the product. Then what I'll do is just fill the space. Try to avoid the at the top. Please guys, thumbs up the live for me, please. Help me out. So I think this product is not, I think it's good for concealing, but it's not really that good for using it as an eyeshadow, because as an eyeshadow base, because it's a little bit too oily. You don't want to go with an oily product for your eyeshadow. I'm going to use my base, which is the Pillows base in the shade white. Try and get rid of this, because if not, it's going to ruin everything for me. That's why I said when you are using a concealer for your base, make sure that that concealer is not an oily concealer. I'm going to start over again just to make sure that I get this straight. I didn't really want this cut crease to be too high. But we are just going to work with it like that. Please guys, help me to thumbs up the live. Let me know where you're watching me from. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Now I'm going to use this white eyeshadow to set that up. Now setting that up, I'm just like pressing in the white base on that. You don't want to move that around, you just want to press until you're certain that it's not going to crease. So at the outer corner, I'll first take my hand to make sure that I get rid of the harsh lines in that area. Then I'm going to go into the shades now that I use to seal this in. Now I'll go with the dark shade first. With that dark shade, you want to kind of pull it in or pull it out. I'll pick up the light shade, the one I used at the top, and I'm just going to pull that like that. So then with this that I use in applying the white, I'm going to blend this area. So you just want that gradient look blending into, like the colors blending into each other, not having lines on it. So I'm using the white to just go on top of it. So you have a smooth gradient, not lines. So now I'm going to take the darkest brown. This is the darkest brown in the palette. I'm going to concentrate that only in here. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I have this metallic color. This one is white. When I use a white eyeshadow base, I like to go on top of it with this to keep that in place. ¿Cuándo? Si termino a tiempo. Sí.
¿Estás haciendo Cardi B o qué?
No, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Bueno.
So if I take, if I take reduce the light, you can see that this area is blinking. So I'm going to draw my liner. Anyway, before I draw my liner, I'm going to prepare my lashes. And the lashes I'll be using is, I'm going to be using half lash because I'm not going anywhere with this makeup, so I don't want anything dramatic. So this is the lashes I'm going to be using. Please guys, let me know where you're watching me from. Help me to thumbs up the live, please, and also share it. So I'm going to pick up my lash. You want to make sure that you cut off the excess. This excess that is here, you want to cut off that off because that's what you normally poke your eyes. So you want to remove that. But be careful not to cut the lash, especially in this case that I'm using a half lash. Then after doing that, I'm going to apply some glue. I'm using this glue from Essence. And this half lash, I'm actually trying the half lash for the first time because I hate when lashes poke me in the eye. So if this works well, then I think I'm going to stick with half lash. Thank you for joining my live. Please help me to thumbs up. Also help me to share the live. Tell me where you're watching me from. And if you thumbs up the live, just say I in the comments so I can give you a thank you. Yeah, it's not the same as in TikTok. When you're live, you know who is liking your live. But here it's different. You don't even know who is joining your live. So I'm going to draw my liner. If you're having trouble drawing your liner, try to use a tape. It will really help. I'm going to use some mascara. So you want to let the lash set a little bit before you go in and press that with your natural lash. To go ahead and peel this off. Now when you're peeling it, peel it inward. Don't peel it outward. If you peel it outward, you're going to come back and tell me what happened. So you want to peel it inward. Now this dark eyeliner that touch here, don't get scared when that happen on your makeup. Just leave it there. When it dries up, it's easy to come out. Okay, now I'm going to do my face. So you always want to make sure that you start on a clean face, okay? My face, you can see my face is prepared for the makeup. Then you want to start with a moisturizer. I'll be using this one. I don't know if you can see that. This is the one I'll be using. After you use some moisturizer, you want to go in with a sunscreen. This is the one I'm using. Please guys, help to give me a thumbs up, please. Thumbs up the live for me. So always make sure you're rubbing your product in until it's completely dissolved. Now what I'll do is I'll just take my brush and brush this out. See how I gets rid of that. So even this is what you want to do. Even if that drops on your makeup, just leave it there for it to dry up. When it dry up, it comes out without any stress. Then after you apply your sunscreen, you want to go in with your primer. I'll be using this one from Fenty Beauty. This is the one. after apply your moisturizer, after you apply your primer, you want to set that up to lock that in before you go in with your foundation. So I'll be using this shield setting mist from Elf Cosmetic. So if you're someone that you have dark spot on your face or blemishes, what you want to do is take your skin tone concealer. So you want to take your shade of concealer. I'm going to try which one is my shade. It's orange. Now take a concealer that is your skin tone. I think with this one is going to do. What you want to do is grab the product everywhere you have that spot, just drop it there. Do not blend it. So you want to do that on all the areas where you have that dark spot that you want to cover. Do that, don't blend it. You want to let that sit for a while. So I'm going to blow that in because I'm not going to let you guys sit there watching me do nothing. So I'm going to try to blow this. Now you want to leave that there for a while so it gets tacky, because when you leave it there, it gives you that full coverage. And since you have, it's something that you want to cover up with the concealer will help to cover that dark spot that you have. Like sometimes you see somebody's makeup looking, the person has a lot of dark spot on the face, and all of a sudden the face is looking smooth. It's because you need to cover that up, because if you want a smooth base, you need to fake that smooth base. So this is what I do to cover it up. Even though right now I don't really have that much on my face, but I used to have it. I used to have a lot of that dark spot on my face, and that's how I cover it. So now I'm just cleaning my brush, the brush that we're using to blend it. So what you want to do is tap only on the area. Don't move that product around, okay? You want to just tap there. So after doing that, now you want to go with your foundation. This is the foundation I'm using. I'm using the Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation from Fenty Beauty. Then I'll use a brush to apply that. Now, you don't want to press too hard. You want to go gently and tap your foundation on top of that. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Now you want to always work with a little bit of a product at a time. Do not rush the process. Makeup is not a race. So go in slowly with a little bit of product, blend, then if you need more, you can add. So whatever is left on the brush, I'm going to blend it on the eye area. This is just to avoid getting too much product under my eye. So after you do that, you want to take a damp sponge. Use a damp sponge, no, not a wet sponge, because if you use a wet sponge, it's going to, if, for example, if you're using an oily foundation, a foundation that is oil-based, and you use water, it's going to move your foundation. It's going to move your foundation. So you want to make sure that your sponge is damp. What I'm doing is I'm just making sure I don't have water on the sponge. Please, guys, help to tap your screen for me, send me some hearts, and also let me know where you're watching me from. So make sure that that is just cold, but you don't have water on it. So now I'm just going to gently tap. So this is a lightweight foundation. If you really want full coverage, like if you're somebody that you have a lot, like a lot to cover, go with a full foundation, like a full coverage foundation. If it was something that I want maybe I'm going for something, for some event or something that I need that coverage, I'll go in with a full coverage foundation. And one of my best that I use is the Juvia's Place foundation. It really, like, it cover up a lot, and their concealer too. So after you blend your foundation, you can see that you have a blank canvas. Now you want to go ahead and start bringing in the shade. But today what I'll do is I'm only going to conceal. Then to bring my warm onto my face, I'm going to use a bronzer. Now I'll be using the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 11. Then with the Duo concealer in the shade 16. These are the two I'm going to be using. Now with the Duo concealer, I'm going to apply that at this outer corner. Before that, I'm going to make sure that I squeeze my lash with my natural lash. Then with the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 11, I'm going to use it to highlight. Now when you apply your concealer, let it sit and get active. Wow, we have 33 people online. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the love. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm slowly beating the record. So I'm going to apply some blush. I'm just going to take that on my finger, and you want to apply that on the high points of your cheek. So you can go ahead and spray this before blending. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to try to blow this to get tacky fast. Thank you for joining me, guys. Please give me thumbs up, please. Help me to thumbs up the live. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm just blowing this so it gets tacky fast. So if you're looking for coverage with your concealer, I will advise you first of all blend it with a brush. Because if you go immediately with a sponge, the sponge, what it does is it pick up the product. So if you want that coverage, you want to avoid using a sponge first. So only use the sponge to smoothen that up, but don't use the sponge to start blending it, if I make sense. So what I'll do is I'm just tapping. Thank you for joining my live. Please give me a thumbs up. Help me to share the live so more people can join us. Let me know where you're watching me from. I'm streaming from Spain. Where are you watching me from? Thank you for joining. If you have any question, let me know in the comments. Now, if you're somebody that has a big forehead like mine, don't drag this product up. Just blend it where you apply it. Don't move it too much. But if you have a smaller forehead and you want your forehead to show, then you can blend it. You can take that upward. If not, just concentrate the product where you put it. going to take another brush to blend my blush. Blush. Okay, now that I've blended my product, I'm going to use the sponge. I will be using the clean side of the sponge to blend the concealer. Then this side, I'm going to blend the blush with it. Now, when you want to blend your concealer, when you want to get a sponge, try to get a sponge that has this pointed edge so it can easily get into the corners very well. So the side I use in blending the foundation, I'll just use that to tap on the blush area. So I'm going to just go ahead and start setting that up. To set that up, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Banana. I'm going to use a powder puff like this. You want to grab that product. And I'll dust off the excess. So where I still have a lot of product, I'm going to blend this area first. Then the little that is left, I'll take it close to my eyes, because this is where I normally crease up a lot. So I'll avoid going there with a lot of powder. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. So the reason I like to come live to do makeup, I do less of makeup videos, and I prefer to do it live because you can see how your makeup is going to look if you're going on the street. So this is what I'll be going to the street with if I'm going out. There's no filter here. You can take a look. There's no filter here, so this is what my makeup is looking like, and this is how, if I'm going out with it, this is what it's going to look like. I know normally I have videos. When you do videos for makeup videos, what we do is you edit it for it to look appealing, eye-catching and all that. But that is not how you're going to go on the street with it. I cannot stress this enough. Do not compare your makeup with anyone, with what you see online, because you're going to be frustrated thinking you don't know how to do makeup. Whereas most of the makeup we see online are edited with a lot of blurring, filter and all that. So if you want to see how makeup look like in real skin and in real life, go on a live video where someone is doing makeup, not on TikTok. A live video on YouTube, on Facebook. I think those are the two applications where you will not have, they don't have filter yet on their live. Or they smoothing and all that, they don't have it yet. But TikTok, don't believe it. Do not believe it. Because I also do live on TikTok. When I do live on TikTok and on YouTube, it looks like it's two people doing live, because there's a lot of filter on the TikTok, and the TikTok camera too is something else. So if you want to know how makeup looks like, go to someone that is doing live on Facebook and on YouTube. There you know how the makeup really look like on skin. Now to set up, to bring back warmth onto my face, I'm going to be using this bronzer. This bronzer is from Makeup Revolution. Now I'm just going to warm up my face with it. Then on my nose, I'm going to use a small brush to get that kind of precise, to be precise with what I'm doing. Now I'll take a big fluffy brush like this and take a pressed powder. You want to take a powder that is your skin tone. Just take a little bit. Then what you want to do is buff the entire face. Then for my blush, I'll be using the Sahara Blush Volume 2 from Juvia's Place, this one. I'm going to take this and use that to set the blush. So for my highlight, I'll be using the Makeup Revolution highlight. I'm just going to use my finger. Thank you for the likes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Sí, ya lo sé. Thank you. So I'm going to apply a little bit of highlight in this area. to apply some line, black pencil on the waterline. So with a small brush, I'm going to use the shades that I use at the top. I'll go in with a dark brown. I'm going to try to keep this as close to the eyes as possible. So I'm going to use this from Sephora to set. Now when you set, you want to let that dry. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'll go in with this red lip liner. Like guys, I don't usually like red lipsticks, yeah. I don't know why. Okay.